Hello guys. You already know what I'm doing. I'm going to be detangling my hair. Hopefully this doesn't take too long. I got some flaxseed gel in here. I learned so much today. I feel like sometimes certain parts of my life, I was reflecting on this earlier and I'm trying to think if this is true. A part of me thinks it's not true, but I'm gonna say it and then I was thinking that at certain parts of my life, I am constantly learning lessons like every day. Such a good idea. Yes, detangle with me. Um, at certain parts of my life, what do you use to detangle? I'm using flaxseed gel right now, but I'm finger detangling today. I'm not using a brush or anything because I've been using a brush the last 2 times that I was detangling. So I'm not going to do that today. But every day I feel like I'm learning something new, like a pivotal lesson. And I was just thinking, at certain parts of my life, I remember having these days where I'm just learning significant lessons, like back to back. And I was just reflecting today. I'm like, is it significant? I mean, is it these specific seasons where this happens to me, or is it every day? I was trying to think, I was trying to differentiate, was there actually a time where I wasn't learning lessons like every day? But I don't think that's true right now. I feel like I am learning something. Every day is always something. How do I see? How do I go back to the chat? Um, Help me out, guys. How do I do this? Um, I saw what she said. Wait, what did I do? Oh, okay. All right. I've used flaxseed gel. I like that best, but I have to prepare it. So I used coconut oil. Really? I can't use coconut oil on my hair. Yeah, I had to prepare my flaxseed this morning as well. But mine is a little watery, so I don't know how this is gonna go. But today was a very thoughtful day. I was in my thoughts a lot. I was doing a lot of processing, a lot of thinking. And yes, prep your gel while you watch me. Um, but I've been doing a lot of processing about various different things that I've been going through. And one major thing that I've been processing that I'm gonna make a video about is this concept that I've been seeing floating around on YouTube. Decisions are portals, and I'm gonna record a video for this ASAP. But I haven't watched any of the videos, but from the title, the impact of the concept already gets me. So I never really watched any of the videos that I saw with it, but I definitely got what the title was saying. And it hit me today that in the past, I'm gonna save my example for my actual video that I create, but in the past, I was faced with a major decision, and I chose to take the easy way out. I chose to take the easy way out because essentially I didn't believe in myself and I didn't believe in God. Basically, that's what it comes down to. The reasoning behind why I took the easy way out, I had a different reasoning and that made sense, but in actuality, what it really came down to was I didn't believe in myself and I didn't believe in God. And I think that from that decision, I went through all these things to help me see and help bring me back to think about that decision that I made. I feel like I've been experiencing all this because that was about like 5 years ago. And I've been experiencing a lot in my life to back up the fact that I didn't believe in myself and I didn't believe in God. And I was just thinking about that today and I was like, wow, I made a decision out of fear, out of lack, out of being a coward in a sense. And I can't do that again. I'm glad that I circled back around to that so I can learn my lesson. And I have to choose differently for myself. So my lesson, my decision is not the same, but I still have an important decision to make daily. Now my important decisions are the decisions that I make daily. At this part of my life is not one big decision, but it's the decisions that I make daily that is affecting my life. So now that I remembered this lesson, now that I learned this lesson and correlated it to the decision I had to make a while ago, now that I've put that together, I'm like, okay, decisions truly are portals. Because every decision I make, it's either I'm saying, I trust in God, I trust in the divine, I trust in myself, or I don't trust in God, I don't trust in the divine, I don't trust in myself, I don't value myself, or I do value myself. So that's what I was thinking about today, and I'm excited to make that video about that. I'm going to record it and upload it today. It's a very easy video. So I'm excited about that. That is my one thing that I would like to accomplish today that would make my day a great day. So I'm gonna get that done. But I'm really happy that I got that lesson. Yeah. I'm going to save the details for the video that I record. But also another lesson that I learned, God really been working on me for real in a very serious way. And I think it's just because I'm heading in the right direction. And these are just all things that are valuable for me to learn in order for me to continue on this journey. But I have been going live these past couple days, and I shared that I am child sitting. And I also shared that I am not in the best energy. I am navigating my darkness, my shadow. I am just taking a more darker approach to navigating life right now, just because I kind of need this. I spent a lot of time trying to navigate situations in my light, as the light version of me. And right now I am working on seeing what my darkness needs, seeing what balance between my light and my dark looks like for me. And in order for me to do that, I have to get more acquainted with my darkness. I have to get more acquainted with that. I think darkness is the best way, or shadow, I guess, is another way. But yeah, darkness, shadow, same thing, I guess. But I have been getting acquainted with it, and recently I've been sharing some of my journey on live. And I'm gonna stop doing that as much because I've kind of got shut up today. Like, I said something and I genuinely meant it, but God made me experience something that was kind of in contrast what I said. And basically, I'll tell you guys, but after child sitting, I was like, you know what? I really don't enjoy this. I don't like to look after people's children. Like, I'm gonna say no more often, even though I don't get asked too often, but I definitely get asked, and I'm like, I'm gonna say no more often. And I just think it's kind of like inconvenient to me, especially like if the child is raised differently, you know, depends on how the child is raised. And also it kind of inconveniences my life in a bit. And I was like, you know what? This is not for me. I don't want to do it. I don't like doing it, etc., etc. But then today I had great moments with the child that I am child sitting. Like, for example, I noticed that he kept doing something, and at first I was ignoring it because, yeah, I was ignoring it. But then he kind of took it a little too far, so I had to address it. And I was explaining to him, etc., etc. And I realized that he valued that. I could see that he valued my honesty. And then we went on a walk, and I was teaching my brother something. I was talking to my brother about just some things that, yeah, I was teaching my brother something, and then the little boy that I was child sitting, he's like, wait, what did you say? I want to learn the lesson too. And I'm like, aw, he just wants to learn. And I'm like, you know what? Instead of thinking about it so negatively, I am going to also see myself as an opportunity to help the children that I'm child sitting when people need me to. But also, I am going to honor the fact that I don't necessarily want to do it or like to do it. So finding that balance for me, and I honestly don't know what the balance is. I don't know what that balance is just yet. I just have been thinking about it, but but I still think that I'd rather not watch people's children for long periods of time, especially if I'm going through things, especially if I got stuff going on, like being okay saying no because I don't want to be inconvenienced is okay as well. But also knowing that when I do this for people, I am helping the child. I am able to impact the child in a positive way. Like even today, Children value structure and they can sense if you want to be there or not. Yeah, yeah, I see that. I see that. I see that. Yeah. But we were walking and I actually got a free bike for him. They were having a garage sale and they were just throwing some things out because their garage sale was ending. And I got a free bike for him and he was able to teach himself because I couldn't do it. Like, that's a part of my shadow. The light version of me would have been like, let me go teach him, because he didn't know how to ride a bike and I got the bike for him. And the other part of me would have been like, okay, let me go teach him. But then I was like, no, I don't need to. I got things to do. I brought the bike here for him. He can go practice on his own. You know, he would have liked someone, he was asking, but I was like, I can't do it. So I think me living out my balance in real life and just contemplating that and processing before I say yes, before I say no, before I make a judgment, just processing and allowing myself to process without sharing without sharing all the time, because what I might say today might not be what I feel tomorrow, etc. So that's just something that, wait, no. I wanted to do something to this. I want to make sure that I detangle correctly because I'm going to do my hair after this. I'm going to rinse out the flaxseed gel and do my hair, so I want to make sure I'm all good. So that was that. I thought that was very interesting today. But I'm still, I love that I'm giving myself the chance to get to know myself without judging whether something is good or bad. And just allowing myself to see what I desire, what works for me, without feeling pressured. Just accepting myself and allowing myself to advocate for myself, advocate for what I desire. But I definitely learned a lot of lessons this week. All right, this one's good. You making your flaxseed gel? I forgot your name. I gotta look at the chat. My hair is so strange sometimes. Okay, Rachel. Love that, love that. How long is your hair? It looks pretty long from your icon. I can't tell if those are braids or something. I also learned another lesson about myself today. I've just been, like I said, today was a day full of processing and thinking. But piggybacking off of the decisions is portals. Decisions are portals. Those are braids. It was shoulder length and I chopped it this summer. Why you chopped it? You wanted a fresh start? But piggybacking off of decisions are portals, it reinforced the lesson that I have to make fewer and fewer decisions in the day. I've heard this from various different people about just the importance of not making so many decisions each day because you'll get decision fatigue, etc. And just making fewer decisions, it uses less of your brain power, I guess you can say. So The fact that decisions are portals, every time you make a decision, you are aligning with what you don't desire for your life, or you are aligning with what you do desire for your life. And it made me realize that the more decisions I have to make, the more I'm setting myself up to make an error or to just slip back into past versions of myself. So having systems and strategies set up so that I don't have to make as many decisions, that concept was reinforced with the realization that decisions truly are what change your life, like making the right decisions. And I know this, I always say this to myself, but it really clicked for me today. And also, I was thinking that it's okay for me to be human. Like sometimes I don't want to share things. Well, in the past, I didn't want to share things, or I didn't want to talk about things that I was going through because I am just positioning myself as a leader here. And I think that you can be both. You can be a human and you can be a leader at the same time. But it's important to have awareness of what you're sharing. I think if you are positioning yourself as a leader, you have to be even more cautious about what you openly share, because people take what you say seriously. And that's a big responsibility that we shouldn't take lightly. So that's something that I was thinking about today. Because at first I was like, ugh, I'm upset that I said that. Um, I just get really hard on myself about what I'm saying on here. And I kind of have a fear of being seen. But I'm like, it is okay to be seen in your human moments. But well, this is to me. I'm saying this to me. This is what I think. I think that I should be more cautious and more aware about what I'm sharing, processing whatever I'm experiencing within myself first before sharing it on the internet. And not even just because I care about what people think of me. And I'm not gonna lie, that is a part of it a little bit, you know. But I just don't want to spread the wrong message. Yeah, facts. People value authenticity, but yeah, words mean things, so use wisdom. Exactly, exactly. You said it perfectly. You said it perfectly. This is gonna take me a long time. One other thing I was thinking about today was a day. I was just in my head a lot today, but a while ago on one of my lives, I created a questions game. And if you are interested in the game, it's called The Meeting. And essentially, it is a list of fun questions to help you get to know someone better for couples, friends, etc. It's definitely a more intimate kind of questions game. And one of the questions that I asked on live a while ago was, what is your spirit animal? And I'm bringing this up because this is going to come full circle. What is your spirit animal? And Rachel, if you're still watching, if you want to answer, let me know what your spirit animal is, or just the animal that you are really drawn to. And I said that I had a few. I said that I had the lioness as my spirit animal. the mermaid, I mean, no, a orca and a hawk, right? But I take back the orca because there's certain things about the orca that I just don't resonate with. They're kind of brutal as far as like how they live their lives. Like they kill things for fun, all kind of things like that. And I'm just like, I don't resonate with that. But I do love the orcas. But I also remembered that I really resonate with mermaids. And I'm like, I can't be a mermaid and an orca at the same time. But I started to think about the what mermaids are, and mermaids also are called sirens, I believe, from what I understand. And I was thinking about the fact today that, ooh, I love hummingbirds. I was just thinking about hummingbirds today. It's like I see them sparingly. Like sometimes I see them, not really, they're not really animals, but they're just of the sea. They're not really animals. Um, but I see hummingbirds like one summer I saw a whole bunch of them. Then the next summer I saw one. Next summer I didn't see any. Another summer I saw a whole bunch of them. So I see them like here and there, but they're so beautiful. But I was like, okay, mermaids, when you think about the tale of mermaids, like the story of mermaids, they are sirens, they are called as well. They sing. This is from what I understand. I'm not fully aware of everything, but this is from what I understand. They sing to the sailors that would go by in their ships, and basically their voices were so beautiful that it brought the sailors to their demise. And I've been hearing a lot about sirens, and even in the book How to Seduce, The Art of Seduction by Robert Greene, he also talks about sirens. And I've felt very drawn to that. And I realized just from my experiences with men thus far, being a mermaid right now to me, being a siren right now to me means using your beauty, even your voice, if you have a nice voice, using your sex appeal, your sensuality to not even just using it because you're just doing it. Okay. And I feel like our voices, some people have the gift of having voices that sound like that. And for some people, they've told me my voice is kind of like that, or that I have a nice voice. So I've always resonated with that, and just how I'm able to maneuver with my sensuality and the way I look, my beauty, etc. I've realized that life has opened up to me in a different kind of way because I'm using my natural beauty. And this is why I encourage women to cultivate their natural beauty, because every woman can utilize their natural beauty for their power, for their betterment to get what they desire in their own ways. It doesn't look the same for everyone. But for me, I've been resonating with being a siren, and I've been thinking about what that means for me now. Like I've never really resonated with killing men. Like I love men. I don't want to harm people, right? But what I came to understand is when you are a woman moving in her power, essentially, you're owning your power, you're owning your beauty, you're owning your sensuality, and you are owning your boundaries, and you know your worth. That brings these men in, but then at the same time, they go through deaths of their egos, and some men survive and some men don't. And when I say survive, I mean some men step up to the challenge and other men shrink with the challenge. And I've realized that's what being a siren means to me. And it's kind of fun. It's kind of fun to experience this play out in real life, and watching these men kind of rise or fall, and just how that plays out. It's interesting. It's interesting. And I think that as women, we kind of get an energy boost from the men that fall. And I hate to say it that way. I hate to say it that way. And I mean, you even get an energy boost from the men that rise as well, because they rise and they pour into you. But the men that fall, they kind of just allow themselves to succumb to their ego, but still pouring so much energetic attention into you, whether they're watching you, whether they are still trying to contact you, whatever the case may be. But that's what I realized about what it actually means to be a siren, and that it's actually kind of fun to challenge these men in this way. There's this one girl I watch on YouTube, and she says to do it like you're collecting Pokemon cards. And her channel can be a little toxic, but I don't think that you always have to judge the messenger or take the whole message. You can take pieces of the message that resonate with you, that you need. And my message that I got from her is, men are either going to take from you as women if you give them the chance to. I know Pokemon cards sound crazy, but I'm realizing, okay, Rachel, hear me out, hear me out. I'm realizing that, and I am a woman that dates men, so I can only speak from this angle. I'm realizing that if you allow men to take from you, because women are givers, so if you allow men to take from you, they're going to take without wanting to pour back into you. And a lot of men are used to being allowed to take. A lot of men are used to getting their way easy. And then when they see a woman that is in her power, that is beautiful, that owns her sensuality and her sexuality, they are so drawn to that. But then when that woman has boundaries, they either die to their ego and rise, or they succumb to their ego and they just will never stop thinking about you and will always give you energy until they obviously learn their lesson with someone else. But yeah, that's what I learned recently. And it's not a bad thing. I think that's just, I think one of the most powerful lessons that I'm learning right now also is nothing is either good or bad. These things are. They just are. And we have to learn how to navigate them, but with balance of light and your dark, with balance of emotional and logical. And I think that, that's kind of just how life is. And it just is. So you can either be a woman that's being taken from, or you can become a woman that didn't allow themselves to be taken from, and ultimately they will allow themselves to be poured into. I was gonna elaborate, but I don't even want to, because I don't want to get too deep, because it just might sound a little dark. But yeah. So I do a couple methods when I'm detangling. I pull my hair down. I really need to get my scissors. But, and I just pull my hair apart. A great resource to learn how to detangle and just to learn about hair in general is African Hair God on YouTube. He has many videos of just him doing women's hair, and he talks and you can just watch and learn. So I learned a lot from him. He has a lot of opinions about things, so I take in what he says, but I also don't take in everything. And I just think that that's what we should do with just a lot of the information that we're taking in from other people, just learning, but then also experimenting and seeing what you believe is true for your experience. But he is a great resource to learn from. Once I find people that I trust to give me information about hair care, I don't really venture off too much. I do learn from other people, especially from other cultures, but really? Yeah, a lot of channels have been disappearing. Rachel, let me ask you this, because since you said you're 48, that means you might have seen what I've seen on old YouTube channels. There was a time on YouTube where some women, especially women who didn't do their natural hair often, but there was a time on YouTube where the women would do their natural hair, but then they would put on tons of makeup when they're showing the final look. Have you ever seen that, Rachel, on YouTube? It was definitely more prevalent like back in the day. But let me know if you've seen that, because I was recently talking about, yes, oh my God, yes. I was recently talking about how when I used to watch those videos, it always used to bother me. I'd be like, why would they put on all that makeup to show me their hairstyle? And then the makeup just threw off the hairstyle. I'm like, those two don't really go together. And I was reflecting on it recently and I was like, wow, that makes sense, because I saw another young woman put on a whole bunch of makeup when she had her natural hair, and I was like, it kind of just turned me off from the whole look as a package. And I'm like, okay, now I see why women do that. It's because they're not as comfortable with natural hair, so they're using the makeup to help them feel comfortable. It was to show the contrast of when it's done versus not. But you're right, we need to just show the beauty in being natural. Yeah. Oh, I never thought about it like that, showing the contrast between being done and being not done. Interesting. That makes sense. That makes sense. But to me, it kind of just throws off the whole natural look. It just throws it off. I just feel like those two don't really go together. Not that it doesn't go, and I don't want you, and I'm not saying that you should never wear makeup with your natural hair or that it would never go together. I just feel like sometimes aesthetically looking at the full package, the face and the hair, it just doesn't, it looks off to me, to me. It just doesn't look like it goes together to me. But I always thought that was weird. Or I always wondered about that. Even when I was younger, I was like, that's interesting. Like, why do that makeup look for this? But I just think I'm more, or I look at, I like to see things visually. Like I'm a visual person, like I'm a visual learner. I visually, I value how things look. So I think for me, that's why I take it so seriously. But then also I know that it's because it comes from just not feeling as comfortable as well. Yes, I have to do that as well too. I was wearing a lot of afros last year and my ends were bad. Even my ends are still recovering, to be honest. I can't really do too much with my hair. Like my hair is going through a phase. I definitely have to be cautious with what I'm doing. And as I'm doing it now, I'm even realizing how much more I need to care for my hair. Oh, wow. You have 3 daughters. That's beautiful. Do they all have natural hair? I'm guessing, yeah. And you got to do all their hair still? I'm really excited to have children. And doing their hair and all that stuff. I want my children's hair to be huge, super long. But if they want to cut it, then I'll let my kids do what they want to their hair. Not my kids are old. They all have natural hair. My oldest daughter is 25. My youngest is 17. Okay, that's cool. So how do you feel your daughters feel about themselves? Like their confidence levels or their self-esteem? Like how do you feel your daughters feel about themselves? And did you do anything to help them be confident? Ooh, 3 daughters is rough, honey. Ooh, Lord. Okay. Okay. Yes. That's definitely where it starts. But I think just being comfortable with yourself is honestly an ongoing process because there's still parts of me or moments where I don't feel comfortable with myself. But also in those moments, I've learned to allow myself to just recognize that I'm uncomfortable and tell myself it's okay to be comfortable and not be like, oh my gosh, why are you acting like this? Or, I just am like, oh, okay, you're not comfortable right now. So what can we do to help you be more comfortable? Wait, hold on. This one feels a little weird. Let me do this again. Ooh. I made my flaxseed gel too watery though. Mm-mm. Mm. I feel that. I feel that. And just being authentic will inspire them to be authentic and will inspire them to be like, I need space right now because I'm not okay, etc. But honestly, I feel so powerful as this version of myself. As a Black girl, embracing your natural hair, embracing your natural beauty is the cheat code. People don't want to listen to me though. People don't want to listen to me, but it's okay. I know that maybe they need more proof, and that's okay. I'm getting the proof. Don't worry. But listen to me though. At least try it out for yourself and see if you get proof for yourself. But it is honestly the cheat code. And I've come up with this new realization. When I see when I see women, black women who position themselves as leaders or as gurus, and they're teaching something, whether it be spiritual or self-development, even relationship, I don't really trust them all the way, because I listen to some of the things that they say. Again, I don't judge the messenger. I take in information that I feel is relevant to me, that I feel I can, thank you. I take in information that is relevant to me, that I feel that I can learn from. But at the end of the day, women who are black women that position themselves as leaders and they always wear makeup or they're always wearing a wig, I never see their natural hair, or even if they're getting like cosmetics like lip filler and all these different things, I don't trust them all the way, because I'm like, you haven't conquered a part of your own self-love. So I just take that as a sign that they haven't conquered a part of their own self-love. I don't trust them all the way if I never see their natural hair. That's honestly a indicator to me whether I am going to invest in something seriously with someone, especially a black woman. Like, how do they carry themselves? Like, what is their appearance like? There's this one woman online, and I'm always tempted to watch her videos, but then she just be throwing me off because it's a woman and her husband. And they talk about just relationships, and they have courses about relationships, etc., etc. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'd be tempted to watch, but I never really sit down and watch it because her wigs and her makeup always throw me off. And it's not even just aesthetically, is not, everyone is on their own journey. Yes. But what do you mean by that? Do you mean, like, what do you mean by that? I know what you mean, but in relation to what I'm saying, what do you mean? It's like, yes, I understand that, but at the same time, I don't want to put too much trust into what they're saying, because I feel like there's a level of their self-love journey that they haven't tapped in yet. And I'm not saying this for just regular people. I'm saying this for women who are selling courses and who are teaching things about relationships, etc. And I'm like, I value the lessons that you're sharing, but I also am not going to invest too much into what you're sharing, because, and I'm just sticking with the relationship. I mean, they can offer useful information, but they still have their internal struggles. I'm okay with you not fully trusting anyone because, okay, wait, because that's what intuition is for. Yes. Okay, cool, cool, cool. So yeah, you get what I'm saying. But it's just like, I feel like there's a level of self-love that they haven't hit yet, especially if they're teaching self-love, if they're teaching self-development, if they're teaching women how to be the best version of themselves. And I never see them with their natural hair. I almost never see them with their natural makeup. I mean, with their face without makeup, or they're getting cosmetics. I'm like, that's, for me, that's an indicator of, I'll hear you, I'll listen if I feel called to, but I also am okay not listening. That was a realization I had recently. This section is too big. I'm in a phase right now where I can't really do too much to my hair. My hair is definitely in a healing phase. And I say this all the time. And the reason why I say this all the time is because I never really give my hair the real opportunity to really heal because I'm always getting bored and wanting to do something different to my hair. But my hair is healthy, but I definitely feel that it needs some time. Like, I definitely feel like I need to be more gentle. Oh no, she said it looks like pubic hair. Dang. But that just shows her how she feels about herself. But I'm rooting for Black women, though. I'm rooting for Black women to see the power in their beauty. And the power in their beauty also involves just being their authentic natural selves, loving their natural hair, loving their natural beauty. There is so much power in that. And again, it looks different for every woman. Like, beauty is not the same for every woman, because I feel like all of God's creations are beautiful, but we all look different. And we all, like a jellyfish is a different kind of beautiful than um what is another one, than a Venus flytrap. I don't know. Like, the beauty is, or that's not a good example. A Venus flytrap is a different kind of beautiful than a rose. Both are beautiful in their own ways, but we just have to figure out in what way we are beautiful. Like, how do we cultivate our own beautiful? And it's more than just the physical. It's cultivating who we are naturally as well, and allowing that to increase our magnetism, increase our attractiveness, increase our beauty. Like, that's kind of like the discussion that people have about women being cutie patooties or bad bees. Like, not everyone's a bad bee. Not everyone has a super voluptuous figure. Some women are shaped like teenagers, like, everyone is different, but that doesn't take away from whether you're beautiful or not, or whether you're worthy or not. We just have to embrace our own uniqueness. I really want to try, there's a few hairstyles that I want to try, but I really want to try, what are they called? Finger coils on my hair. From my understanding, it is a protective style, and it's a coil, so my hair is going to be together. I really want to try that, but I'm nervous though. Whenever I try a new hairstyle, I get really nervous because I'm still removing myself from my own conditioning. And I'm a little nervous that it's not going to be as protective, just because my hair already needs a little, I can't be doing too much. But I'm going to wait a little bit. And I want to get my technique down. Like, I'm going to be using all natural products like flaxseed gel and oats gel. So I want to make sure that I do it correctly. I got to practice somehow to get my mixture right, my technique right. But we'll see. This time I'm going to be trying Fulani braids with my natural hair. I was a little nervous to try it because I feel like because I'm not using any braiding hair or anything, I have this thing where I get nervous that I'm going to look too young, like it's gonna look, and I don't want to say childish, but it's gonna look more like a little girl hairstyle. And that's still things I'm navigating. Like I'm still navigating certain ideas on my journey. Yeah? What is that? No. You can eat some, but don't eat all of it. And close the door for me, please. But yeah, I'm still navigating that on my journey. And at first I was like, ugh, I don't want to do it. But I saw this girl on YouTube do it, and her hairstyle was, it did look how I thought it would look, but it still looked good. So I was like, okay, she kind of gave me more of the confidence to try it. So that's what I'm going to do this weekend. So I will see how it comes out. I'm not going to go live because doing cornrows is kind of difficult for me. So I need to lock in. I can't be going live and doing it at the same time. And that's also why I'm doing my best to get my hair detangled. But even before I do it, I'm going to make my hair even more detangled. Doing cornrows used to be so easy for me, but I realized as my hair gets longer, my hair is a little bit harder to work with because I have fine hair and I have a lot of hair strands. So my hair gets tangled very easy. So if I'm working with the root of my hair, the whole bottom section of my hair is like free to get tangled. So that's something that I have problems with right now as I'm doing my hair. So I haven't been able to do any like intricate styles in my hair as of lately. And I've just been sticking to like twists, but I'm kind of bored. I want to do something else. So I'm going to try that. And just from observing my hair, there's a few things that I'm going to do to help my hair through the process, like making my hair really, really wet while I'm cornrowing. Because I remember whenever my hair is really wet, like when I do my hair straight out the wash, straight from washing my hair, it just maneuvers a little better. Like it was easier to do my hair. So I'm gonna keep a spray bottle near and make my hair like not soaking wet, but really, really wet when I'm doing the cornrows, and just making my hair thoroughly detangled. But yeah, it's gonna be a process. But I'm down for the ride because I really want to do it. And I feel like even if it doesn't come out, I mean, I think it's gonna look cute regardless. I think it's just really just my programming, like actually just doing the style and not having it just in my head. I can't wait to be done. And I have to feed my dog. It's kind of late, but he's asleep though. Woo! I honestly might take a little break. This middle section of my hair is always the most difficult. I can't wait to make my products. I haven't had my usual hair products and my hair. I was wondering why my hair feels different, and I'm like, oh, that's definitely why. My hair just feels not as nourished. So I'm excited to make my hair products. I gotta harvest some rosemary. I have a whole bunch, well, my mom planted a whole bunch of rosemary. So I'm gonna use that in some rosemary water. And I'm gonna use that when I'm doing my hair tomorrow in my Fulani braids. What else do I have? I actually have some basil back there that I'm also gonna use, but I'm using that in skincare though. I'm gonna, oh my God. My grandma and the child that I'm child sitting, they've been arguing all day. They've been arguing all day. Oh my gosh. What? All right, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go see what's happening down there. But yeah, I'm gonna just have this much left. I'm gonna take a little break. And yeah. Wow, my curls look beautiful. Wow. But I gotta go see what's going on. All right, bye guys. Thank you guys for joining me today. I will see you guys Monday or maybe tomorrow. We'll see. But bye guys. Thank you for watching and joining me, Rachel. Oh, thank you.